religion that we say, that they say this world is a paradise, makes this world a paradise. Everyone is saying this world is a test, this world is evil, this world is temporary. And when we say this world, we don't mean, whales and trees and sky and little creatures. No, we don't mean that, you understand? When we say the world, we mean what man is looking at this world, how it is. You understand? And the man thinking that this world is his home, this world is a paradise, and this world is his. Once you start having those kinds of ideas, then you are going to destroy this world. You're going to destroy yourself and the people around you because you say, I'm king. So, we're talking about the martyrdom of the holy ones. All of them, they were martyred. Maybe Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq was not. And people are saying, you see, the beginning is so like this, why it has to be like that? It has to be because no prophet came into this world to teach, and then they live a life of paradise and luxury. No one. Not even Hazrat Sulaiman. Not even, say, Hazrat Dawood. Not even Hazrat, let's say, Zulkarnain. You understand? I don't mean Iskandar, I mean Zulkarnain. Completely different person. And they are here in this world, and especially the Khulafa Rashidin. They are showing people until Judgment Day what this world is, how to protect ourselves against this world, what it can do to you. For this ummah of the Akhir Zaman to always be careful. Fight the enemy that is inside of you. You understand? Because the enemy is always here. We are in enemy territory. We're not in home ground. We're in enemy territory. Our home is paradise. Not only this dunya is our enemy, Shaitan is powerful here too. He's not powerful anywhere else. Allah gave him power here. Our nafs, Shaitan, is dunya, and the desires that not even the angels, if Allah gives the desire of mankind to the angels, not even they can carry. As what happened to the two angels who wanted to carry the burdens of being a man, thinking it's not so difficult. And those two angels, they understood how difficult it was, and they're in punishment from that time until today. Harut and Marut. So, the Khulafa Rashidin is not showing, as the prophets, they're not showing that this world, if only you work hard enough, if only you do everything properly, then it's going to be a paradise. This is through the eyes of faith, you understand? Through the eyes of faith and eyes of spirituality, you see then the danger of this world. But from that danger and from the dirtiness of this world, you're going to find something that is there, that is beautiful, that Allah has put. You don't hate this world too, like that. As the companions, the Hawariyun of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, when they were walking and they pointed to a dead dog, and they say, oh, look at this dead dog, it's disgusting, it's this and that. Hazrat Isa says, yes, but look how beautiful the teeth are. Look how beautiful the teeth are. That is also specifically for his people. You understand? His people, that they are so proud, saying, I do something, I worship, I go up and down, I'm better than everyone else, I keep my promise to my Lord. You understand? And teaching them, breaking that, because they are holding on to the Shariat, but the Shariat without tariqat, it will make a man to worship himself. Hazrat Isa is then teaching, yes, you holding the Shariat, according to Shariat, that dog is dirty. Dead dog is even more dirty. But you must have tariqat, you must have tasawwuf, you must have meaning, spirituality to understand. Even in that, there is a beauty of Allah that is there. There is a use there. Yeah. So, it is necessary for all of those things to happen. Because that is the reality of this world. There is a reality that there is evil. We are not sent here. Prophet ﷺ did not come to make this world a paradise too. He didn't. If he made this world, imagine this, if he made this world into a paradise, if the Khulafa Rashidin make this world into a paradise and everyone is living so good, so easy, so perfect, why would we want to leave it? And always it is showing the more ease Allah gives to a nation, the more they forget. The more comfort, the more they forget. In Islamic civilization, you look, every time they deviate, when they deviate? When Allah is giving them difficulties, when they're going through the tests, when they're going through the smack? No, when they have the best of this world, they deviate. It doesn't matter now. Allah is just. 800 years that Islam was in the Iberian Peninsula, not just Spain, but Portugal and all that area. The 800 years. But you deviate because you start worshipping this world. You're Muslims. You're holding everything maybe correctly, but you start worshipping this world, you break everything too. You think you're doing it properly, but your Shariat is gone. Your tariqat is according to your ego. We understand? They had tariqats back then too. They start mixing everything up. 800 years, Allah sent one smack now to them. Up till today, people in the North Africa, they're still crying for Andalusia. Crying. Where is the smack? This meaning that whatever Allah has given to us, it doesn't belong to us. It is an emanat. It is a trust. What do we do with the trust? Now the trust there is more important than you. The trust there. What is the trust? Islam is the trust. To have the laws of Allah and His Prophet is a trust. Now, if you are going to sacrifice yourself, so be it. Because that trust is more important than you. That's what the Khalifas they did. If you have to sacrifice your own family, so be it. That's what Hazrat Hussein did with his family. If you have to now pull your whole household away and for the enemies now to punish them, but you're going to avoid severe bloodshed. That's what you're going to do, and that's exactly what Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan did. Otherwise, there's going to be a civil war that's going to drag on. In every Muslim country, there's going to be a civil war. He says, I'm not going to be responsible for that. And they were happy. The nation was happy. They said, no longer we have a Khalifa. Now we have to rule by democracy, Western standards. But this is the home of democracy, let's say. How's that working out for us? Then what happened? They say, now we're independent. Everyone is independent. We're no longer servants or slaves to the system. What is the system? Khilafat. What is Khilafat? Islam. You don't want to be a servant to Islam, then you're going to be a servant to Kufar. That's exactly what happened. Allah then smacked as in the West, they smacked them with communism. You don't want Allah, then Allah will put a people on you that they don't even worship Allah. They don't even recognize Allah. Communism, atheism took over and punished them for decades. So it had to happen. Because it is a lesson and it is showing how we as believers should live our lives. The believers should not live a life that is running after the luxury of this world, to stay in that luxury and just to enjoy your life. The believer, he gives everything up. The believer is running for who? If we say for Islam, if we say for Haqq, for who? For what? If we say the Haqq is the one who is Khalifa, they're not running to serve the Khalifa, because the Khalifa is running to serve the Ummah. It's not to just, Khalifa is just sitting with more and more and more wealth, as today's leaders are, East and West, North and South, whether it's democracy, whether it's communism, whether it's tyranny, whether it's this or that. You know how it is. Just collecting, taking and sucking from the people and collecting. In the time of Hazrat Osman, all the Muslims, they had so much wealth, they're given to all the Muslims. Still, there's so much wealth, they had to give to the non-Muslims. And when it started deviating, when they start to have the love, it doesn't mean you cannot have the world in your hands. You must have the world in your hands. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq had the world in his hands. Hazrat Osman had the world in his hands. But they didn't have it in their heart. You understand? Now the house of Osman, they had the world in their hands. They did not have it in their heart. Because they're always looking to see now how to protect the ummah. They were protecting not only the Muslims, they're protecting the non-Muslims. Giving them their rights of worship, their culture, their language, everything that is intact. Otherwise, you think 600 years, 500 years, it's impossible to change a whole people like that, to make them to forget their language, their religion, their culture, their reason, their attitude. They could have done that. Not 500 years, they could have done that in 50 years. Look at what happened when you look at Western colonialism. Look what happened in the Balkans. 50 years. They forget everything. Make them to forget. They could have done that to make everyone to be one kind, all Muslims, or one kind of Muslim, or one kind of, to make everyone from the Balkans to Eastern China to speak one language, Turkish. The way that the French did, the way that the British did, the way that the Spanish did. They could have done that. In fact, if you do that, it's going to be very effective. But it is wrong, because they are putting the Shariat and Allah and the Prophet ﷺ on top of their heads. And when you start doing that, of course, being in enemy territory, your enemies are going to run to destroy you. But they are showing that they didn't run away. Not Hazrat Osman didn't run away. Hazrat Ali didn't run away. Hazrat Umar didn't run away. And the martyrs in the house of Osman, they did not run away. You understand? They say, this is what I have to do. This is my honor. So yeah, you have to look through the eyes of faith now, through the eyes of the awliya Allah, what the prophets, looking at how it is. If you don't use their eyes, whose eyes are you going to use? You're going to use your eyes. Your eyes will only look at unbelief, egoistic things, movies, videos, this and that. That's what your eye sees, and the eye is going to believe. And they're going to say, no, if they're so successful, they're so good, then everyone is going to be like this, everyone is going to be like that. It's not like that. And whatever that they did, especially in the first few 100 years, it is still learning and teaching the ummah that is going to take from those lessons until Judgment Day. And when we don't take from those lessons, that's when we're going to lose. Because those lessons, they're not that difficult to learn, because it's the same thing that happens over and over again in history. Same thing. Allah mentioning in the Quran, same thing. Saying, they did that, you're not going to do anything different. Make sure you don't do it. These are the steps that they did when they did that. These are the steps that they took after they did it. Make sure you learn from that. But when every Muslim country now starts from year zero and they forget about everything, and when they talk about Islam, they only talk about a little bit here, a little bit there, nothing that is really connected, and then same thing is happening to us, and we don't know what is happening. We don't know how to think, what to do, how to pray. Yesterday the question was asked. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, there will come a time when, did you hear the Sohbah yesterday? Yes. There will come a time when there will be people, when they hear my name, the Prophet says, they will start crying. But those people, my shafa'at is forbidden for them. This is very heavy words. He's not speaking in the first few hundred years of Islam. He's not speaking, he's speaking for us now. That everyone is so emotional when it comes to Ashq Rasul, especially now. Not maybe in the 80s or 90s. Now, when it's very fashionable, it's very trendy. Everyone is, don't you see, they even give salawats where? In death metal concerts. They give salawat, they make salawat videos, men looking like they are going to a club with a saxophone and everything, but they're singing salawats. They're making salawats now on stage and they're singing with like a rock band, and then you have Muslims jumping up and down, men and women dancing and saying this is spiritual, don't judge us, you are still low-level shariat, we are tariqat, this is allowed, we're jumping, women's. You understand? Their hearts shaking when the Prophet's name is being mentioned, yes. I'm not going to say the Prophet is going to forbid. Prophet is saying that. I'm not going to repeat that. But now look, is that what the Prophet brought? Just sunnat now, because they make the sunnat of the Prophet ﷺ just about this and miswak and clothes and this and that and smiling. The sunnat is more than that. The khilafat is a sunnat. The khilafat is the biggest sunnat. When you don't understand why we had the khilafat, why the khilafat is necessary to fight against oppression and zulm. If you don't believe that, you don't understand that, and you don't understand that we're living in the time of batil, we're living in the time where there's complete corruption everywhere, we're living in the time of Dajjal. And how to pull yourself out from this system and the tricks and the traps of Dajjal. If you don't believe in all of that, it doesn't matter how many salawats you do, it doesn't matter if you cry every single day. You don't get the point. You miss it. This is something we've been saying for years, no? So, we have to be careful. That is a lesson for us now. We're living here. We have to be careful. We have to try as much as we can to live the sunnat, not only in our daily lives, not only in the way that we look in the world, but what is the purpose of our life now? What is the purpose? Because people are also using sunnats just to live their own life. They say, why are you living your life? Why are you working like this? What are you doing? What is your mission? What is your goal? What do you see? Muslims are going to say, believers are going to say the same thing unbelievers are saying. Same. Then what is the difference? What is the difference? The Sahaba Kiram, the Khulafa Rashidin, they didn't have that power just so that they can have nice time with their families, build nice houses, and now they take a vacation. They had a mission. You understand? When believers lose that mission, then they start worshipping the world. Yes. Start getting very comfortable. They say, let me just enjoy myself and not think about all these things. What things that we're telling people to think about? We're reminding people. We're not telling them. This is not hidden. Everyone has that phone. Everyone can get news to the second something comes out, immediately happen. We're living here in America and we're seeing bloodshed happening everywhere, every single day. From people just shooting up people, that the Prophet ﷺ is saying the time will come when the killer and the one who's being killed, they don't know why they're doing it. Here in America, to the racism that is here. And look in the rest of the world, the bloodshed that is happening continuously. In so many countries, what are we if we don't feel? We're animals. If we don't feel, worse than animals. And this is not something that we are making up. This is something that is open to everyone. So what makes a man to see all these things that is happening and then to not care? Muslims I'm talking about, believers. No. Because you are not in the sohbat where someone is going to remind you, put things properly and going to remind you. It's these kind of things that's happening in this world, this zulm, this zalim people that's happening. We cannot have real Eid. we cannot have real Jummah. We cannot have real enjoyment. We cannot. And if we do, we have to say astaghfirullah. Yes, Allah is giving us, we are enjoying, but we cannot enjoy to forget and say, it's not happening, I don't care. No. Don't you see, even the Yahudis, when they lost the temple, I don't want to say temple, when they lost the masjid, the house that they're building to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they lost it, it was taken away from them because they cannot carry. Same thing that Muslims are happening now to the Muslims. And then, when they lost it, up till today, they say, until we can rebuild it, every enjoyment, every wedding that they have, they take one glass and they step on it. Okay? To say that everything now is broken. We're still remembering that we cannot have proper happiness until that mission is completed. They're reminding each other for hundreds of years. Where are the Muslims reminding? So many Muslim countries, it's forbidden to even speak like this. Correct or no? Police going to come to what are we saying? What am I saying? Muslim countries. What am I saying that nobody knows already? Everybody knows this. So now, imagine now. Everyone is saying, Shafa'at ya Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. But you don't understand the Prophet's heart, Prophet's eyes, what he's watching, what he's feeling, what he's saying, what is his mission. His mission is not finished. And you're not on it. Bruh, are we saying change, have a revolution? No, it is forbidden to us. Anyway, we cannot change anything with our hands. We cannot even speak. Who's going to listen? 20 people here, 20 people there. That's really shaking the world? No, it's not. I mean, the heavens, they are watching. The angels, they are watching. The awliya Allah, they are watching. Leave that aside. We're saying nobody listens. We cannot do anything. But at least now you need to change it in your heart. You cannot in your heart. You have to feel different now. And in the heart, all these conferences that they're having every year, they're collecting hundreds and thousands of people, collecting millions of dollars. All these Mawlid festivals and all these things, they're collecting millions. No, can anyone say Muslims are poor? Can anyone say Muslims don't have resources? They don't have... Can anyone say that? No. They have all this, yet where do you see it being put? Who are they helping? Because those ones that the riches are being in their hands, they are not helping. They're taking it and they're sitting on it. And when they get bored putting gold everywhere, they go to their toilet and they say, what about a golden toilet? I'm going to make it. And they made it. What kind of Firaun is this? Not even the Firaun is doing that. They cannot help people. They don't want to. Because they sign a deal with the agents of Dajjal saying, we give you this much, but you cannot help them. There's corruption everywhere. Now you think if hundreds of thousands of people gathering together, raising their hands to Allah, asking, Allah is not going to send down? But they're not asking. It's forbidden to ask. It's okay just to have zikr, to make them to become drunk. It's okay just to have salawats, to cry and make them to become, but don't talk about real issues. Not even to say bring back the Khalifa. Not even to say bring down the tyrants. Don't say that. In Muslim countries, what they're going to do to you. Understand? So, what are we doing? We're not doing nothing of that. We're pulling ourselves out completely on top of a mountain to worship. But on top of the mountain, we're watching everything. We're watching everything. Why? Because we want to protect our faith. If you don't watch, you cannot protect. You cannot protect if you don't keep a lookout. Impossible. You see so many places where there's sensitive material or valuable things, there's so much security, correct? And with that security, still they have people looking out to see, watching. What are we doing as believers? Tariqat, especially in this way, is saying, look out. Don't just say, I have the faith. Look out. Because the enemy coming from the inside, look out. Don't say, no, it's not going to. It will happen. It has happened to better people than us. It has happened to people who are eating with Hazrat Hussein and playing with him. You think it's not going to happen? Some people are saying, I've been in tariqat so many years, I don't need this. You need this, I need this. Everyone needs this. Because you're still alive, you can still be tricked by your ego. You are better than Yazid. He betrayed. He was playing with Hazrat Hussein. He grew up with him. Meaning, he was with the Sahabe Kiram, with the Ahlul Bayt, and he was tricked. His ego tricked him. You think it's not going to happen to you? What kind of arrogance is this? Oh, I followed tariqat long time. I don't need this. Arrogance, completely. We say you didn't even take one step in tariqat. If you don't understand the evil of your ego and watch out from it, because you're not protecting, you have to protect. We're not saying, oh, you all are evil, everyone is bad. We're not saying that. We're saying the ego is. Now, how are you going to know? How are you going to know? You don't trust the doctor. How are you going to know? You don't even go to the doctor. How are you going to know? You say, I don't need any doctor. La hawla wa la quwwata. Then good luck to you, because one day it is going to trick you. People who have doctors and they don't submit. It's another problem too. You understand? So, we're watching. This is how we're going to keep ourselves clean. This is not personal. It's not about you or me. It is about us watching. It's not about whether I like you or I don't like you. It's about understanding the evil of the ego that the Prophet is saying himself. Prophet ﷺ is saying, Ya Rabbi, protect me from the evil of my ego. Don't leave me. If Prophet is asking, how dare anyone to say we don't need this kind of thing? Then you must be completely drunk, idiot, arrogant, foolish. The Prophet says, Ya Rabbi, don't leave me in the hands of my ego even for a blink of an eye. And those ones says, oh, I don't need this. We're looking at them, say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You don't even know what it is. Because you think you're what, a believer? You think you're a saint? Did you ever shake up your own carpet to see what kind of dust comes out? Did you ever take your own gold coin and hit it to see whether it's real or not? We're not forcing anyone, but we're saying what it is. It's up to you. You stay or you go. It is up to you. Everyone is going to be responsible. But this is why we're doing it. Because if you're not, you'll be tricked. You'll be tricked. And Dajjal's trick, don't think that you are going to, I'm going to see. You're not going to. The tricks of Dajjal, even the fitna, the confusion of Dajjal, even going to test the prophets in their graves. You understand how important, how difficult it is? How can anyone say, it's okay? But we come to the Akhir Zaman. This is what majority are saying this. That's okay. We have to try our best. We are not saying we are better than anyone else. We are saying if Allah gives our ego an inch, it is going to be worse than anyone else. And we've been there before. That's why we're going to hold on a little bit more tightly. Tamam. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.